gotta confine to like places like that.
You could do anything.
You could go
A hall,
get
anything.
not even, you could go, like rent those little spots at the park.
Yeah.
And we could do like
At the park?
yeah, you know those little barbecue spots that have like the little.
Not in the wintertime, though.
Not in the wintertime, but like, we could do like a thank you for support and do like a cookout.
Oh shit! I didn't think that. No, not yet.
Set
I'm
up
not
some
gonna tell you.
speakers and be like, "Yo, we're live. While y'all,
Yeah, that's gonna be
while,
lit.
while y'all with us, we're live."
Oh, absolutely. That's gonna be fucking lit. I'm with it. I'm actually super with it.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
man, I'm excited.
Is it recording?
What's recording?
The video?
The video. I set the video.
Oh,
Obviously,
it's
I had
ready?
to sit down.
Oh no, it's good. We're
Yeah,
good.
man.
We recorded, man.
And
You guys
record?
all set, man.
We're ready to
Yeah,
rock.
yo, you know what, man? Today was fucking nuts, bro. Long ass day.
This whole
man.
week was tough, man.
Yeah, this whole week was tough, but
Personally and podcast wise,
yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Have
But
have a good night's sleep in a while.
you know what, though?
We back.
We're back, ladies
We're
and
back,
gentlemen.
motherfuckers.
Back
Yo.
and better than ever.
Welcome everybody. This is the Ray and Ralph podcast. This is Ralph. I'm here with my boy Remito. What's
You got
good,
the-
son? Tell the good
What
people
up,
how you
dude?
are.
I'm good, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited, man. That's all I can say. I'm like nervous excited.
Back from his
Hiatus.
and his vacation.
A little
We
bit
got
of
Paulito
everything.
Vega and back in the mix. How you
Paulito Vega
doing,
in the
sir?
building. You know how it is. Latin born, Jersey made.
That's how
Let's
we
get it.
do. So, Steve's
I'm
in
here
Boston.
for ignorance too. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah, for the ignorance. So we got Steve's missing. Steve's out in Boston.
Salute to Steve. Had a
yeah.
single life. Yo.
I mean,
Yeah. Oh, I gotta send him.
yo,
I
do
gotta
we know?
send
Do
him
we know if he
picture.
drove up there or if he
I want to
flew
say
out
he took
there?
a plane.
No,
Steve don't look like a driver.
Steve's a G. He took the mega bus, yo.
He took the megabus?
For
Yo,
$89.99.
do you think it'd be too much to ask him to bring me something from a dispensary?
Yo, but don't you got the connect from?
I do have the matter of fact I do.
Oh yeah. You know what's crazy? I told him too.
You told him to come through?
I did, but he's ignoring. But then again, he had some car trouble yesterday, so.
Yeah. But he's probably just also in his feelings and shit, not on time for all.
We also want to salute
And
Gob. Gob's not here.
Yeah, Gab's not here either, and Elise is not here either.
And before we take it any further than that, real big shout out to Alex. What's
Yes.
her IG?
Alex,
Our girl Alex,
at GAGA
something like that.
underscore. I feel so bad. No,
Yo, I
somebody
feel
get it
like-
right.
yeah.
Somebody get it right.
I got it. Give me a second. Alright. GA_XA_.
Follow.
That's our girl
She's
Alex.
supporting us. She let us get some lighting equipment, some recording equipment. We really appreciate you, Alex. We love you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so
And
much.
ladies and gentlemen, especially ladies, if you're looking for anybody who does makeup or you got a wedding coming up, she did my wife's makeup for a wedding we just did recently. Everybody
Amazing.
complimented she was beautiful. But if you look for anybody to do makeup, please hit her IG, follow her. She got all the dope shit. All right. Thank you again, Alex. You're the best. We
Appreciate you. Love you.
Word. And also,
Cherry,
guys.
got a good one.
Yeah. And honestly, guys, just continue following us on Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And also, not only that, Apple Podcasts. We are officially on Apple Podcasts, guys.
Oh, shoot, yeah,
So for you iPhone users who like your Apple Music and don't want to go to Spotify, I get it. Now you can subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts.
And I feel like that was the main reason why a lot of people didn't.
Yeah, I do.
Didn't listen.
I
Couldn't
do.
listen. Yeah, there's
Which
a
is
lot.
why our numbers are super skewed, because if you look at our numbers are like 89% Spotify, like 5% Anchor, and like 6% Apple Podcasts. But now that we're telling all these people, say, yo, we're on Apple Podcasts
Yeah.
now. You can subscribe. And like my cousin, he's not really big on streaming. He doesn't know too much. And I texted him for his birthday on Monday, and I was like, yo, happy birthday, Primo. Hope everything is well. And he's like, yo, you too, cuz. He's like, yo, what have you been up to? And then he's like, you've been busy as hell. You've been disappearing. And I was like, nah, fam, honestly. I was like, I just work and my podcast. And he's like, wait, you got a podcast? And I was like, yeah, it's just not something that I ran around and told the whole family. Not because I didn't want them to know, but it's just because I've just been so busy and I didn't know if that was their thing or not.
Word up.
And then he told me, he's like, bro, send me links right now. I will follow and subscribe. So I sent him both Spotify and the Apple Podcast just in case he has either or if he has both. I told him, I was like, I appreciate it if you did both. That way just we get, we had the because
But
I know
I'm
I
gonna
followed
keep
it on
with
both.
you, I have an Android, so
You
It's
have
just-
no choice but
yeah,
to use
yeah.
that.
You have no choice but to use
And
Spotify.
the Spotify is just easier, like
Yeah.
when that. But 90% of people have iPhones and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So we appreciate y'all like following us on both platforms. But if you only got one on your phone,
It's fine.
Fine.
The love is still
Yeah,
appreciated
no,
either way.
They all have options now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's about giving the people these options, and hopefully everything works out.
how y'all
So-
been though? How y'all been? Y'all good?
These last 3 weeks, man, honestly,
It's been a roller coaster of.
I missed this. I
Yeah,
did.
for sure.
I missed it, bro.
For sure.
I
Sometimes
fucking
you
missed
feel
it.
like you feel like
Yo.
you got shit to talk about, but when you sit down, you kick the shit. You're like, yeah. We
Yeah,
talk
honestly,
about this shit.
I missed it. Not gonna lie.
Let me find out this is therapy for you. You open
It
it
is.
up. You open it up.
It's therapy.
No, to be honest, and I told this, to a friend of mine. I was like, yo, this is for me personally, it's therapeutic.
You know what it is? It's a great creative outlet, and
It
for
is.
a lot of people who feel stuck sometimes.
Look.
This could be your thing. This could be your avenue.
You never
Look,
know.
You never knew that you could get into
I'll read
editing
you-
and recording, and like you were so.
Yeah, now look.
We're not tech savvy guys. We
No,
in
not
our
at all.
30s, man. Like for us to start breaking this stuff down now.
I'm gonna
it's
read
crazy.
you text messages that like one of my best friends. I've known her for like 11 years. So she's like, hey, how are you? How you been? Because it's been a while since I've spoken to her. I was like, I'm good, been busy as hell, running around like a headless chicken. And she's like, well, me, because I'm a parent. She's like, well, what do you mean, you? And I was like, well, because not only that I have my job, I was like, I'm working on my podcast. She's like, you have a podcast? And then she's like, wait, hold on. She's like, no, that's awesome. She's like, you need something like that. She's like, I can imagine you doing it. Like, so that, to hear people tell me that, I'm just like, yo, this is awesome. And not only that, have my friends give me the feedback as well. So, if we're going to segue into that, we're going to come clean, explain why we took an almost 3 to 4 week break. So the reason why we took an almost 3 to 4 week break was because when we went to Elisa's house to record, right? Which was her intro episode. And that's why I felt so bad, because I'm just like, shit, I don't want her to think that it's because of her.
No,
It has
definitely-
nothing to do with her.
Nothing to do with Elise at all.
We had some fire content. on
We
this.
had some fire content that day.
Yeah, man. I mean, from the Jerry Rice and everything.
I know, man.
Oh, I forgot about
I'm
that.
gonna
You're
try to
running
fix
out of
that.
legs.
So
I'm
gonna
the
try to
issue
fix
with,
it.
because he sent it to me, the draft, right? And he's like, yo, give it a listen. Bro, 2 minutes in. And I was like, we're not posting this.
Yeah.
I agree with him 100%.
I was like, I hate
know,
it.
and you know what? I want to thank everybody who listened to the past other episodes because we had a lot of audio issues on those too.
So I actually want to shout out a good friend of mine. I've known her for, it's like a 10+ year friendship. My homegirl Alicia, she was out in California. She's from Linden. She hit me up because she was out there with some of my other homegirls. And she was like, hey, we're trying to listen to your podcast, but it sounds like you have audio issues. At the same time, she was sending me the draft of the episode. And then I was like, yeah, we're working on it. We're upgrading our equipment. I was like, but oh my God, I didn't know you guys were. And she's like, yeah, you're a boy. We love you. We want to support you.
For sure, for sure.
And then I was like, oh my God, yo, like, y'all don't understand how much that means to me. So that's when I texted him. I was like, we're not posting this up. Absolutely not. I'm done. Like, quality over quantity. I don't care how many episodes we
For
post.
sure, for sure.
I want quality stuff. And I was like, we're not posting until we get better equipment. So what did? We went out and got better equipment. We upgraded
Invest in
our stuff.
yourselves, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
invested in a podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
I want people to know this isn't a hobby. This isn't a hobby. Like, this is like for real for me and Ray. And I think Paul is also starting to see how real this is.
No, yeah. I mean,
Because you came
I'm
at first
in the
as a
back
guest.
seat. I'm in the
Yeah.
back seat, but
But
like, I see the
we
drive
want you-
behind it.
Yeah, we want you up in the forefront, and we want you to be a part of it, and just to understand that this is not a hobby.
And that's why
this is what we're doing.
Even with the new logo stuff, I kicked some ideas over because we want to introduce merch. We want to something that the people can physically have to show the support, and also gains.
Oh, yeah,
better quality equipment, better video, and all that stuff.
I mean, I think everybody's gonna notice once they hear this episode.
Plus, that new logo looks fire.
Everyone loves the new logo. They're like, it's super clean. They're like, you don't need anything flashy because you guys' personalities already come through on the podcast. So I cannot wait to just give everybody this new look that we have and this new everything that we have. And I want to say a big thank you to my homegirl Alicia for not only giving me that constructive feedback that a real friend would do, because she could easily told me what I wanted to hear instead of what I needed to hear.
Yeah,
They're like, nah, it's good.
Constructive criticism is the way to go, though.
And then I had one of my other,
keep open mind.
and then I had one of my other girls and told me, she said, yo, I love you, Ralph. You guys are a mess, but the audio is nuts. You gotta fix that. So that, in my head, getting all those messages in one day telling me we need to fix the audio, I was just like, no, that's it. We're done. I'm not recording until we get better stuff. So I'm glad that Ray was able to get on that page with me as well.
And sometimes like
we've had our creative differences.
You need guys like you guys, because you need someone who's about action. Because you can talk about getting new equipment, you can talk about getting new all this stuff, and then you can have that internal debate like whether I should get this. You guys just props to you. You just did it. You bought the mics, you bought the mixers, and you know keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean at the end of the day, I feel like we threw out some quality content, but the audio wasn't right, or we didn't have any videos. But now I think once people see us comeback, the comeback, ladies and gentlemen, that might be the name of the episode.
Maybe.
And we got video for you guys. We got new mics. We got new equipment, new mixer. Sky's the limit now. Now we just have to just keep pushing, man. Keep going.
And you know I'm here for the ignorance.
All day. We out here for the ignorance. But before we get into the ignorance,
let's talk about this.
Let's talk about some stuff, because not only do we have a new logo, but ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to you guys. We have a motherfucking sponsorship deal, guys. Now, if y'all don't, obviously not everybody's well versed in it, but let me just break it down and let you guys know.
Oh, we selling out? Oh, you selling out?
A little bit.
Drop that commercial. Yeah.
We got it. From now on, we will be running, ads will be running on our podcast episodes, but it's an ad that we've created. So the good thing, as we said in the ad, Anchor, this is where we upload our episodes and they help us distribute to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So to get a little bit inside of it, obviously I'm not giving numbers out or nothing, but what they do is they match you up with a sponsor. They bypass matching us up with a sponsor, and they're sponsoring us themselves.
Nice.
So shout out to Anchor for that, for
Thank you, Anchor.
seeing that after 5 episodes, and they're like, okay,
with the struggles
too. They were like, you know what? These guys are doing it. So let's give it to them.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening and you think you got a concept for podcasts and you're scared to take that ledge, man, Anchor was his first step.
Do it.
If you have a dream, just jump, man. If you got a dream and you want to do it.
And not to say that this was the dream, but sometimes it's an avenue to create other avenues. We break down walls, baby.
There you go.
Yeah, and not only that, it's free $99.
It's free $99.
Make sure you listen to the middle of the episode for us.
We'll throw it in there, Ken.
Honestly, while we took this break, everything, literally, when I got that email, and then I told him, I was like, dude, we got a motherfucking sponsorship deal.
That was dope.
And then he's like,
man,
wait.
we got a lot of things.
He's like,
up.
wait.
So ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of things.
He was like, wait, what? And then I was like, yeah. And then he calls me immediately.
Yeah, I called him.
I'm at the office. I stopped everything. I ran out. My boss was like, where you going? I was like, I take a call.
You almost quit your job. You almost
no, not
I got a sponsor, bitch.
No. Oh, wait. I'll tell you about that.
That's not disrespect. Like, I got a sponsor.
I spent like 20 minutes on the phone with Ray talking about this, right?
I didn't even clock out for your break.
No. I went back to my supervisor's desk and I was like, yo, me voy. I'm done. And then she's like, what do you mean? And then she's like, well, for the day? And I was like, no, for good.
For life.
And then she's like,
rich,
what?
bitch.
And then she's like, what do you mean? Because I'm in her office. And then I was like, no. And I explained to her. Because I told her I have a podcast. And then I was like, no, it's this. And then she's like, oh my God, like, congratulations. Like, the few people that at my job that know I have a podcast, I kind of told them about it. Everyone was super supportive, super happy for me. They're like, oh my God, Ralph, that is so fucking awesome. I can't believe it. That's great. So that's one of the things that, it was good, and that's especially after,
That was after we decided not to put out an episode.
Yeah,
after we decided. Literally like a couple days.
A few days after.
So that was hard. That was hard.
It was hard to do because we're just like, shit, man. We didn't record anything, and we got this sponsorship deal. We need to get back on our game. I think the sponsorship was the deal. Was what drove us to upgrade.
And then you guys
to really be about it. And I was like, yo, we need to get on this like right now. We got to record this ad, put it not only on our future episodes, but our past episodes as well. So all that will monetize. But for us, it's about growing our audience because I saw the metrics for it. The metrics are steep. So we really have to work.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what I was telling. Is like, not only, like, I need everyone that's a part of the main cast to have the same amount of commitment that Ray and I have.
Wait, real quick.
That's tough though.
Rob's commitment versus my commitment
is a lot.
Your commitment is a bigger difference.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a commitment, but there's times I look at my phone, this nigga don't sleep. Like, what the
Yo,
this ain't my job.
It's in a no, it is another job for me. It's an adrenaline rush.
But you should treat it that way because if you don't treat it that way,
because it's like if I don't believe in myself, no one else will. So I gotta do this.
But you have things vested in this not only tangibly but like financially because you put a lot of your money.
And look, I'm gonna.
But now it's getting to the point where you're emotionally attached to this.
I am super emotionally attached, and also because of the day I had today, like I hit up Ray and I had the illest day today. Like certain things that occurred at work that it was just one of those things. It's like I know I kind of went up to people at work, like uppers, and then I told them like, yo, this is my worth, this is what I want. And
you was asking for raises on it?
Yeah, I was.
Oh,
I did ask for a raise. And a significant one too.
Nice.
Not only based on what I know what my worth is and my experience and my qualifications, but also because of the state of the minimum wage going up in New Jersey.
That's true.
Because the minimum wage.
You went in there with facts.
I went in there with facts and numbers.
He had a PowerPoint presentation and shit. So he said, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury,"
with the clicker.
with the clicker.
My bosses believe in me. My manager, my supervisor, they
Sometimes it's upper management, man.
But their hands are tied in the situation.
That happens.
So my boss.
Because sometimes they got a budget too.
She's like,
how much
she's like, look, I can't
if you're not even towards like the end of the year.
She's like, I want to give you what you want.
But physically,
she's like, but unfortunately, the people above me.
Not getting it now.
Yeah, she's like, the people above me won't give you what you want. She's like, so as much as it pains me to say it, start looking for something else.
Whoa.
That's what I said.
It wasn't
that's
because
that's the same.
You know why? Because she's always told me you're too good for that place anyway.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Keeping it funky with you.
Yeah, it's not because she doesn't want me there.
Yeah.
It's more about because she believes and she knows that I'm highly capable of doing bigger things than that place, and she knows that I'm growing. So, and she knows that I have this. She knows that I have the podcast. So it's one of those things.
But not just that, she sees potential in what you're
exactly.
Physical.
So she knows it's like, you know what, they gonna lose a good motherfucker, good employee, but
no lie, sometimes you end up outgrowing the job, dude.
Yeah. So it's like I've been there 6 years.
That's usually the time frame. They say within 5 years you outgrow.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah,
I'm like, you know what?
I'm at that point too.
So
I'm looking at my job like,
it's
time for me to go.
Want to do.
It's like I think I've overstayed my welcome.
I took a little risk. I just took some money out of my 401k. I had to, some personal things I got to take care of.
I've done that before.
Real quick, I tell people all the time, like a lot of people frown upon like taking money out of your 401k. Dude, like you're not gonna survive off your 401k.
Oh, y'all about to get some knowledge dropped on you.
Nah, but you have to reinvest in yourself.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you take money out of the 401k to reinvest in yourself. Sometimes.
But I get it. A lot of people are scared about it because at the end of the day, when it comes time to do their taxes, they get hit with that 10% penalty.
Not on this. Depending on your job and depending on who your job functions.
No, because you pay yourself
so there's
I pay myself back. Before the end of the year, I pay myself back.
There's two kinds of things that you could do with a 401k depending on how much money you got into it. This is just on my personal experience, what I just went through. So you can take a loan against your 401k.
401k was part of the podcast.
I know.
Yeah, we dropping knowledge.
We have to because we're at that age.
Yo, matter of fact speaking, we in a new location. Shout out to Bob Villa's workshop over here.
Yo, shout out to the first incarnation of Fifth Ward Studios.
This is the first one.
Fifth Ward Productions, the podcast, and Fifth Ward Studios.
No, back to the grown man talk. So, the 401k, so you can take either a withdrawal. If you take a withdrawal, like you're limited to how much you can withdraw depending on how much you have.
You could do up to 50%.
Yeah, there's a percentage.
Up to 50% you can take out.
And then you get taxed at the end of the year. But if you take a loan against your thing, sometimes it's most likely it's 50% too.
Yeah.
But you can play with that number a lot more.
Got it.
And you set your own terms, and they tell you like whatever interest rate, but it literally on the documentation, so like this interest rate literally goes back to you.
Exactly.
So
You're
don't
paying yourself back.
If you've been at a job, ladies and gentlemen, for a long time, and you got
That's I think what I
401k,
did, and I think that's what's paying. That's what I get deducted from my paycheck.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So,
you're paying
like,
yourself
yeah,
back.
This is
myself
the
back.
message at the end of the day. If you're in a tight situation, you've been at a job for a while, you
Hold on,
put
wait.
your
And if you have a dream and you want to reinvest in yourself.
or if you just got caught up in something. Something
Because
happened.
stuff happens.
Stuff happens.
And honestly,
repairs,
we
you
live in
never
a
know.
state where it's very hard to have a rainy day
expensive.
fund.
For
It's
sure.
expensive.
It's expensive in New Jersey, so
So if you
if
put
you
your
gotta
work
take
in
against
already,
what you've already saved up because
And-
you earned it working
the last thing you want to do is go to a bank and ask for a loan and do all that,
and get caught with all that.
and just call with an interest rate and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I took enough.
Take a loan against yourself.
Mhm.
Don't take a loan with a bank.
No,
So
take a loan against
401k,
yourself.
it's a loan against yourself.
Absolutely.
Especially like we were just saying, you're at that point in your job where you're saying, am I going to stick around for these next 2 years? I sat down, I talked to the wife and I said, yeah, you know what? Physically, I probably got 2 more years in this job. I'll just take this money out now, do what we got to do, pay what I got to pay, and then we'll go from there.
Start looking, man.
Yeah.
I think we're not getting any younger. I think
Word. At the end of the day, we're definitely not getting any younger, but
But let's talk about this Apple event.
this Apple event. So I saw it. It's awesome.
What is it? What is it?
Okay, so you know every year Apple has their event where they introduce their new products, their new operating systems. So this year they dropped
so
3 new iPhones.
they just repackaged the iPhone 4 and send it back out to y'all suckers? Is that
No, not at all, not at all. See, this is the Android hate. This is the Android hate. No, they dropped 3 phones. The Apple.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you though.
The iPhone 11.
My iPhone 4 took amazing pictures.
So dude, they just added like a whole other camera, didn't they?
Fam.
Oh,
So,
a whole other lens.
so they did.
Oh, that was the third lens?
Yeah, so the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. The 11 Pro and the 11 Pro
Now,
Max
this
are
by
the
no
ones with the
means
third camera.
is a tech review podcast.
Yeah,
but
not a.
we're
We're
just here talking shit.
We're not shilling for Apple. Apple ain't paying me.
But no, the sort of.
But we're just talking about this is something that happened in the public. Everybody
And
knows about it.
90% of you guys are gonna go out there and get that Apple. So let's just keep it funky, baby.
I got an iPhone 7. I'm holding on tight.
I watched the part of this. Yo, people are literally not filmmakers are shooting movies with iPhones.
Well, that's what
That
we're doing.
iPhone 11, yo, the iPhone 11, the 11 Pro Max has 3 cameras, right? And let's say you're holding it up, vertically,
So
right?
the idea of it is,
I mean, you're
I'm
holding
no
it up
longer
horizontally.
gonna need essentially a
A whole
laptop.
ass film crew.
Well,
No,
You really
because you
don't?
can edit on your phone as well. Because iMovie comes on every phone.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm filming Red.
They're trying
right?
to corner the market.
Yeah. So let's say
They are though.
let's say I'm filming you two, right? The 3 cameras allow me to film you and you at the same time.
Damn. That's with which one? That was the
Yeah.
Pro or the X.
The picture-in-picture with the
Huh?
11 Pro Max and the 11 Pro, I think.
How? What's the technology? I'm like one of those people. I'm
No.
not a how person. How the
It's
hell
so
can-
great. You honestly look into
They
it,
put a
bro.
man on the
I
moon.
want to get it.
Did they
Yo.
really put somebody in the room?
We ain't going down there right
Man, you want to know why I really want to get it? Because I want to do it for here.
For sure. Yo, but what's the price point on these? They haven't announced.
$2,000
No. The price points are good. They're
Yeah.
not. They
Good
didn't
to
go.
what though, my G?
Okay.
I'm still paying on this note.
Dude, I literally just finished paying this phone and it's starting to conk out.
But if-
I promise you.
Yo, my
Yeah,
battery on
seven.
this shit is trash. You know?
Listen, if we're comparing to the prices of the last 2 years, it's very.
So like 1,200.
No, the 11, I think it's starting at like $699. Then the 11 Pro is
We're talking about
$999,
waterproof and all that shit. Too?
and water resistant up to a distance of I think it was
Because my
40
phone's
meters?
waterproof, but I still
But
didn't.
how far can you go though?
They say you could drop that motherfucker.
What's 40
And when
meters?
I went to go jump off the cliff, my wife was like, "You better give me that phone."
Hell yeah, bro.
I took the GoPro in there, but I still can't transfer over the files.
Oh.
Because the GoPro's that little SD card. When the Samsung lets you
Why
put
don't you
that.
do it through Wi-Fi?
I was trying to do
No,
that,
but
but I gotta
there's-
download some
There's
apps.
there's a USB piece where you can slip the SD card in.
I have that. No, the
Oh, okay.
SD card goes right into this phone.
No.
When I open up the video, you can see the video, but when I try to like take it out and post, it says like media file not found. I'm not too tech savvy to like.
You gotta put that SD slot into the USB and then put it in the computer. Then
Maybe.
email it to
But
you.
I think you're right. I think if I get
Do
the
it through
app,
Wi-Fi.
do it through Wi-Fi, I'd probably be able to
You'll
take
be
it
able
out
to
because I
do it
got mad
because
shit on that.
Just put
It's
it on.
crazy
Like,
how you can transfer
if you have Google
information to
Photos,
AI.
do it through the cloud and
and then take
Bob
it
your
from
uncle.
I still don't know how to fucking use
Um,
the cloud.
That's
But
why
no.
I thank God for Throwback Thursdays, because as soon as you got shit, you find shit out, you're like,
Yo,
oh,
but
post this shit,
honestly,
even though my vacation was a month ago.
Honestly, it's great. The improvements are there, and like I just got because iOS 13 was another thing they obviously talked about. iOS 13 and
Oh, you know what that
wait.
means? Anybody at that cutoff, when as soon as they download iOS 13, that shit's just gonna.
Yo,
Dude, I'm telling you,
look.
as soon as I updated this phone, it's
night
still
mode,
messing-
dark mode. I love it.
What's
Oh,
that?
you did it already?
Yes, I did it already.
Oh, okay. But what iPhone you got? The 10?
I had the 10R.
Oh, so if Ray does that shit, his phone's just gonna start.
Dude, it's
So
not-
it
it's not
supports
even
from
like
it
every
supports. I
single
think they
time,
said from the
His phone's literally gonna take a shit.
6 or 7.
He's gonna unplug the charger.
I think it's from like the 6 or 7 up to the newer ones. But yeah, that just get a new one. Like just
Nah,
get a
they're
new one.
mad
I
expensive.
just finished paying this
Word
one
up.
off.
How? How long ago did you have that phone?
Dog, they
It's
put
been
like
2 years. I'm
Yeah.
about to go on
Oh,
three.
that's why. Because you only had it for 2 years.
Yeah.
My sister had her 7 Plus for 4 years.
7 plus.
7 and 7 Plus.
She got it right when it came out.
Yeah, she had it right when it came out.
I got this one like halfway through, but still, as soon as I
So
did
I
it,
went. Look,
forget
I
about
went
it.
from.
So she paid premium price.
So I had. So
Yeah.
I went from the 5S to the 6S, then to the 7 Plus, then from the 7 Plus I went to the 10, and then from the 10 to the 10R.
Do you take a break between phones?
I didn't get
Is
the
this,
8.
is this like a car where like you gotta trade the phone in and you owe money on the back end for these phones? Because you went through a lot of phones, bro.
Dude, I've had one phone for like almost 3 years.
Me too.
Well, I
I'm not
I got
big-
free
I'm not big-
upgrades.
Who do you have? What'd you carry?
Sprint.
We'll bleep that out later.
How much are you paying for this damn phone?
Nah, they got that.
What's the thing?
part of their plan because their service is so trash.
It's like you lease it out.
They're like, you go upgrade any year.
No, you lease it out. It's like a car note.
Yeah.
It is trash because I work
So-
for it. So
No, but to keep it funky with you, I got all 3 service providers and they're all trash. Just depending on where you are.
I think it depends on where you're
The
at.
work
your
phone is
location.
Verizon. My personal is AT&T, and then we got the trap phone is Sprint.
So now, this and this, the phone and the iPad have separate OSs. This will
How would
have
that
iOS 13 and this will have Pad OS 13. They have their own now.
Okay.
And now the iPads are getting more sophisticated. They're operating honestly.
Yo, because let's keep it
They're-
real. If you
they're
got a
operating
mini,
more
that
like
you might as well
MacBooks.
throw that shit in the
Might
garbage.
as well.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yo, they're operating more like MacBooks now. I get a fucking keyboard on this shit. I might as well have a second MacBook.
How are they gonna sell MacBooks though?
So
There's gonna be some software in there where you're like, fuck, you need the Pro.
you gotta get
You
it.
gotta get the Pro.
Mhm.
yeah, you gotta. But honestly, there's
And then
certain
what is this here about the Apple Watch and then the Apple TV?
So Apple Watch Series 5 came out. So what they did was they discontinued the 4.
You
but they
have
still
the
had
Apple
the 3.
Watch.
I had the Series 3.
you like it?
I love it. The Apple Watch is great.
But
I
do
take
you
phone
need
calls
that
on this.
much things going on?
Fam, I've left my phone at home.
That's the thing. You
Gone
can leave
to
your
the
phone
gone to the movies
Mhm.
with my watch, and have taken text messages and phone calls
Yeah.
with my AirPods.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. How far are you from the phone?
You could literally leave it at
Fam,
home.
leave it at home.
Yeah.
Okay, so
How?
Because your
look.
data plan is through that thing.
I'm gonna show you. So starting from this, listen.
Because you
starting,
pay a data plan on that.
Yeah,
I
starting
have no
from the,
idea.
listen, starting from the Series 3, right?
Mm.
They offer 2 kinds. The one with just straight GPS, and then you can still take calls on it, but you have to have your phone on you. If you get the one with the red dot, that's cellular. So you get a cellular plan for it. I can leave my phone at home and just go to work with this. You
It's still
call
being
me,
super
you
connected.
text me, it's still connected.
I had no
This
idea.
has its own data plan. It's like 10, 15.
So let's
it's like
say-
$10 a month.
Let's say you're at one of those situations where like your kid wants a phone, but you know you can't trust them with a phone.
So I trust him with a freaking iWatch?
Well,
I
you
can't
can
trust
monitor that shit
That's true.
And honestly, they also
because it's
sell-
linked to your phone.
Yeah,
Mm.
So you can see the text messages that they're getting. You can see all that shit.
but they also sell.
And it's got GPS,
but
so I
they
know,
also sell-
I know where you're at, motherfucker.
Wait, they also sell smartwatches for children, not Apple, but like. They,
Oh yeah.
There's a
heard of
market
that.
for
Yeah, yeah,
smartwatches for children where you download an app
Keep an
on
eye
your
on
phone.
your kids.
Keep an eye on your kid.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's how
So-
I check your size.
So they discontinued the 4, but they still have the 3, and then they moved up to the 5.
And now what are they?
Huh?
You hit
All right, so
We back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. All right, so yeah,
So that's
we're
how
done with.
it's not gonna add in there. Thank you for
Thanks for thinking in step.
Yeah.
Thank you for sticking.
All right, so we're done with Apple.
Let's talk about how the internet is undefeated.
Yo, the internet will never let you down. The internet will always be there for you. I'm telling you.
This shit just came across my time. It says Tekashi 6ix9ine snitched at Hector. Hector from Fast and Furious.
Yo.
Oh man.
Yo, the internet
fam,
is
that is
crazy.
hell. Yo, I fucking can't with the internet sometimes.
Yo, but do you think he's gonna be in witness protection, yo? Oh, yo, he's snitching on Cardi B,
He
Jim
went
Jones.
to Harry's and ordered 3 T66 turbos with Nas.
Hey,
Almost exhaust.
wait. So I sent Ray something earlier today.
Hold on, I'm about to look for it.
Yo,
I saw it right here.
the shit I sent Ray today.
Right.
Hold on, what's this one?
That's the line from the Fast and Furious.
Oh my god. I'm a finger reader. I can't read that out loud, ladies and
Wait,
gentlemen.
what is it? Tekashi 6ix9ine testifies that Hector's going to be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. And on top of that, he just went into Harry's, ordered 3 T66 turbos with Nas and a Motex exhaust. Yo, I love the fucking internet. Anyways, yo, so I don't know if you ever heard of, you ever heard about that lady? She's white, but she like.
Yeah, that
Claimed to be
meme was
black.
crazy. Yeah.
I too am a non-Trey blood. Yo.
Yo, but he went on like a snitch. I didn't know. I thought he was snitching on just the people
No,
that tried to kidnap
he went
him.
on a fucking snitching spree. That shit had me fucking dying.
Did you guys see the video of like his kidnapping?
Yeah, that was kind of wild. Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
You
Yeah,
could tell
yeah,
he was scared, but he was trying to be
fuck.
tough.
Nah, he wasn't even trying. He the whole way was like, and he said, "Yo, but it like he knew
He said,
it was
"Run that
recorded."
shit."
Cause he was telling the names. He
He
was
said,
like,
"Yo, why, Shy, why?"
yeah, mad lie, right? Yo, shy, why?
Yo, but no lie, I really thought they were gonna murder that dude. The way they were sounding.
Well, they said they
And
found
the
him
dude-
face down, like with the gun on his.
And
I
the-
mean, but
And the dude was like, he's like, "Nah, run this." He's like, "Nah, chill." Like he was about to get murdered, dude. Like he. People getting mad at him for snitching, but yo, at the end of the day, dude, wouldn't you not snitch if somebody tried to kidnap you?
Yeah.
Think about it. And they robbing you for your money.
Fam, I'd have been shooketh.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah,
Y'all
but
motherfuckers.
how's he gonna be a witness protection?
this is
What's that?
actual 69 singing on the court.
Where's the other one? There was another one that
He was up
mad
there
ratchet.
singing, boy.
Hold on, let me find the ratchet one. There was one real ratchet one.
A
When
ratchet
dudes are
one?
making like the verses and shit.
Hold on. Look, this is.
Yo, whoever took the time to make
Hey,
shout out to you, whoever
Yo,
took the time to
this
make
is
that
a-
shit.
Oh, this shit's a bob.
Oh,
Yo, but he might make music like that.
Of course he does.
This is the lyrics.
No, I'm saying like.
Yo, you know
He
what's
said, "I'm still
nuts about
telling
that whole
homie."
fucking testimony? Yo, they like literally had him reenact the handshake and all that
Yo, I heard he
shit.
brought out like a witness and was
Yeah,
like,
bro, it was fucking nuts, man.
Are you serious?
but what's the
Yeah.
point of all that?
Honestly, a plea deal, dude. He was like, I'm snitching on everybody in the industry.
But he already got the witness protection and all that shit.
Is he though? What's witness protection when you got tattoos and rainbow hair?
Oh no, they gonna take care of that.
No, they take care of that.
That's just
They're
getting
probably
lasered
gonna have
off.
to, lasered off.
That's just on his face.
It doesn't matter.
You can't get rid of that tattoo.
Yes,
If
the
you
fuck
get
you
rid of
can.
it, that's why lasers are invented.
That's a lot of lasers to the face.
Or
bro.
if anything,
He's
yo,
definitely gonna get cancer.
yo, I know this sounds super far fetched, but they might replace his whole ass face on some face off shit, bro.
Yeah, face
Skin
off.
grafts and shit.
Yo, I
Didn't
never put
Pharrell do
nothing.
that? Didn't
Fam.
Pharrell do skin grafts?
That's why
Bro,
he looks so fucking young.
I put nothing
No, no,
past
behind
this
his
fucking
arms.
government.
Yeah, that's true. They got the cure for AIDS. I'm not beat. I believe that shit.
Or they'll just send him somewhere.
Hey,
So we're like,
fucking dumb.
what's
Yeah,
that?
some
place?
wild ass
Nova
island
Scotia?
and
Nova
shit.
Scotia.
That's in Canada, B.
Is there? I thought that was Alaska.
That's Canada.
You gotta go somewhere where you take a plane.
Yeah,
They gotta
he can't
send
be.
him
He can't be in Philly. I tell you that right now.
No, it's over. He can't even be New York. No, they're gonna throw him out in the middle of
He's not in this
nowhere.
country.
They won't divulge the location. No, witness protection is always in
It's
the
gotta
country.
be in the country?
It's in the country, but they never divulge
Oh,
the
he's gonna be
location.
living on a ranch.
Yeah, but Jim Jones is part of Treyway too.
I don't know, bro.
He
out here snitched on
according to
everybody.
69.
Yo, he snitched on Trippie Redd. He snitched on Cardi. He
He
snitched
probably
on Jim
snitched on the
Jones.
dude from Newark that sells the piñas out here.
I snitched on the piña guy. Yo, when I was
He's like, yo, my man, he ain't got a permit.
He got Bacardi on it.
You just gotta ask the right way.
He said, "Oh, I want the piña."
He snitched on the piña guy. Yo, that's
I
crazy.
said, the piña guy gave me 2 shots of vodka in mine.
Yo, I literally was there just for the laughs, bro.
Fucking piña guy.
Yo, the piña guy.
Yo, so AB, we gonna talk about AB's eventful
Get
last
some
2
football.
weeks.
Yo, first of all, hold on.
Yo,
Before we go into AB, I need to get this off my motherfucking chest.
You're a Jeff fan. Be careful.
Yo, suck my dick. Yo, this is bullshit. How the fuck do you get mono? You're a grown ass man. What the fuck are you doing?
I would
that
expect
gets
him
you
to get mono.
fucking mono.
He's like the youngest player in the NFL, so
Word.
he might have been like out there kissing strippers.
Yo, this motherfucker has to be knocking bitches down.
Oh, 100%. Have you seen a picture of that man?
He's
In New York?
He is a good looking.
He is at.
Yo, is Sings?
He's in Queens right now, sucking nerds out of buttholes.
Gingers have no soul under God's mistake.
Oh shit.
He's a ginger?
Dude,
He's got
Sam
gingivitis?
Darnold? No,
No, Andy Dalton's ginger. You know when the ginger
Sam
is red
Darnold,
hair?
Ginger? Yeah, gingivitis. You know,
Andy
see
Dalton's
South
a ginger.
Who?
Andy Dalton.
Sam Darnold's a ginger.
So is Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton's a super ginger. No, I don't think Sam Darnold's a
Next one.
ginger.
I think so.
Well, we
Google
got
that
Google.
motherfucker.
I'm gonna Google it.
I wanna
We
see
need
it.
like a TV over here so we can show people what the fuck we're
Get the
talking about.
projector.
Sam Darnold looks like a ginger. But I thought ginger was like the N word for Irish people.
No.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Paul's not stepping on the ledge with me.
No, I think a Mick is.
Who?
Or a Guinea.
No, Guinea's Italian, bro.
Is it?
We're not gonna sit here and.
Oh
debate
shit, he
race.
is a fucking ginger!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Legit ginger?
Yo, legit
He got
ginger!
gingivitis.
Yo, he was like fucking Chucky.
He got fucking freckles. Who the fuck is where they has freckles, bro?
Oh, that's a
he's
nasty
fucking
stripper.
Chucky.
That's a nasty stripper, Chris, and a grown man with freckles.
Bro, you think he was at Cheeks? Is Cheeks even open still?
Yeah, cheeks still open.
What's
Cheeks
that other one?
still
Everybody
open,
gets
yeah.
shot at or stabbed. The one by the White Castle. If
Taboo.
you're from Linden, you know what
Taboo.
we're talking about.
No, Taboo is a straight up establishment, my friend. You take that back. It's not Uncle Charlie's anymore.
Disgusting.
You know who's the worst one? What's the other one? The one that's down the street from Taboo's.
Oh, that's bad. A VIP.
VIP.
Yeah.
That is
Real quick, do you remember
disgusting.
that
I heard a 69 was like.
Oh, that's where the road splits. That's where
Yeah.
the road splits to what is it? Linden Ave
Don't
and
be
then
snitching out here on
Urbanowitz.
VIP. yo.
Oh, VIP!
No, VIP's disgusting.
We were 17 going to VIP. Yo, do you remember the
I think
time
I
we
was 15.
You remember
Yeah.
G's brother? You remember G's brother? And he. So we go there, right? We took Alex, G's brother. I think they were both under 17 or one thing.
At least.
And I think me.
Oh, that's when he told her, "This is my last dollar."
Yeah. And
Oh,
he put
that
me
bitch
in
was a
the
magician.
vagina.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Paul, tell the story.
No. I don't want to
No,
incriminate nobody.
tell the story. You have to tell the story.
This is back
Come
then.
on.
You could smoke inside the
Okay.
establishment.
Got it.
So we was in there, we smoking or whatever.
Mind you, we're like 18.
And it's a
17.
BYOB, so you can bring your own fucking bottle. Man. They didn't have bounces.
17. Just as long as you have $10, you get it.
And it was either Jonathan or Alex.
No, it was Jonathan.
Okay.
It was Jonathan. I remember.
It was either Jonathan
he
or
was-
Alex.
He was out there.
That man is married. I don't know. One of the two said, "This is
It
my
might have been
last
Alex, I
dollar,"
remember.
just
I
like
was
this,
tipsy.
with his finger just like this. Like, "This is my last dollar." That stripper looked at all of us and said, "Okay," and then dropped it like it's hot, and that dollar was gone after that.
No, but the ending of the story is she turns around, gets on her back, goes spread eagle, and the fucking dollar came
Oh,
out
that's right.
like a flower.
Yeah. And then you know what Jonathan did?
Yeah.
Or Alex? They got up and left.
I would too.
Like you
No.
can't top that.
That's
And then we were like,
really
"What happened?"
impressive.
And he walked out saying, "That was my last dollar." Like a fucking cartoon.
Wait, why does he sound so angry about it though? That was my last
No,
dollar.
like explaining why he was leaving, because everybody was like, "Oh."
Yo,
And
she
so he
turned
got up and
around.
he was like, "That was my last dollar."
He was
that
at
was
the-
my last dollar.
You know, at the end of the table, and she literally lifted her legs, moved her panties to the side, and the shit came out like a flower, bro.
What the fuck?
We were like, mind you, we're 17, 18, so that's all new to us.
Yeah.
And we said, alright, let's go to White Castle. Night's over.
Let's go to White Castle.
So I could go for some White Castle.
We definitely went to White Castle. Yo, the night's over.
That might be the wave after this.
Yo, who was it that disappeared with the stripper?
Wait, what?
There was a lot of nights where
Somebody disappeared with a stripper?
No, we were. Yo,
went-
and he came back. I'm not gonna say names because
Yeah.
he's.
yes,
I can't
There
say
was
names.
we used to go deep. We would go like
It's like 7 of us, so
7
they're not
or
gonna
8
say
deep.
no to like $100,
Yeah,
and we about to spend money on these women like that. So
because you used to have to pay to get in.
I want to say it was 10, 15.
10
but
or 15.
If you were younger, you had to slide like the dude another 10.
Yeah, like they let if you were like they let you go in there.
So we
you
would
just
go in
couldn't
there,
drink or
we would
nothing.
go in there deep just to get in and shit.
Of course.
And then I remember there was one badass stripper.
Was it the pretty one that would like to whisper things in your ear?
I'm not even gonna get into those details. I'm just gonna remember that she was bad. And then one of the guys in the crew went to go get a dance, and then
He came back.
he didn't even come back. He just walked out the door. And then some unnamed character was like, I'm gonna go see what that was about. Went over there with the same stripper and then left right afterwards. And then the third motherfucker was like, oh no, I gotta see what's going on.
He said, "What kind of specials is she running?"
Yo, for you not to like acknowledge where we were, just leave, just head for the door. Like, do whatever you do, just head for the door.
Leave your
Like,
friends
no
out
eye
there.
contact.
Like we didn't ride together.
Hush.
Hold on, real quick. Did we ever find out what was going on back there?
Oh, you people are
No, they were
fucking
happy.
disgusting.
I was just leave it at they were happy, and then that was the White
I'm
Castle
about
on
to
them.
call one of you
That
motherfuckers
was
to
White-
find out.
yeah, we gonna find out.
Oh my
You
goodness.
motherfuckers.
We cannot incriminate anybody else.
Y'all
Back in those
motherfuckers
days.
disgusting.
Bro, that was disgusting times, bro. VIP is the most. That and Hot 22 is like.
I've never
Oh,
been
Hot
to that.
22 is gross.
Huh?
Never been to that one.
The Hot 22, they have BLs out there on the fucking pole, bro.
That
I tell you right now, it's like they
Ain't nothing wrong with a B team, yo.
a B team. No, that's like a C team. Dude. She's.
It was the third straight. That's garbage time?
I haven't been to a strip club. in
Yo,
a
that's
long
garbage
time.
time when you're getting blown out 49-0.
Yeah, bro. That's when you put an Eli Manning, you fucking asshole.
Wow. Wait, Ray just slandered a 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback.
It's
He
time.
called him a third
He's-
stringer.
It's time to
He's
get out of it.
no, but he's the main reason why
Alright,
he's
let's
been
get back
struggling the
to
last
football,
3
yeah.
years, man. He's been a reason, like for instance.
Again, we are not a sports podcast nor a tech podcast, but we are going to give you this opinion.
No, yeah, look, I'm a Giant fan. Everybody knows that, and I feel like
It's hard to watch, my brother.
Why? It's hard to watch Eli. Yes.
It's hard to watch football right now.
Why do you say that?
Dude, that week 1 and week 2 was tough.
No, I can still watch football.
Wait, you think you got a bet fan? Not only did my starting quarterback go down with mono.
I'm just saying in
Hold
general.
on. His,
How do you
wait,
go
wait,
down
wait.
with Mano? Nigga?
I hit the ball.
Wait,
I
wait,
hit the group
wait.
message like, did anybody win?
Wait.
Yeah, all our teams lost. Miami lost. Philly lost. Jets lost.
lost. Giants lost.
Time's lost.
The fucking Buccaneers won.
The Bucks won.
Steelers lost big time. Like,
Oh, Steelers got. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger got injured too.
yeah.
I mean, they didn't get spanked that badly. They were kept
Yo,
it
they lost
competitive.
like 3 to 40 something against the Pittsburgh
Well,
Steelers.
if you're, but think about it.
So you just said the
I mean,
Pittsburgh Steelers
I guess
lost to
the
Pittsburgh
Pats.
Steelers. Oh, we're talking about that first game.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the game against the Seahawks.
That was a good game.
That was a good game.
That was a tight game.
Even though he went out, Big
But
Ben's
that's
done
2
for
losses,
the year.
dog.
How you feel about Mason Randolph? I think he's legit.
He's good.
I don't even know that.
He's good. He threw. Listen,
He came in there with confidence.
he came in there with confidence, threw 2 touchdowns to Vance McDonald.
They drafted him in the 3rd round for a reason.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
for a
Drafted
reason.
him in the 3rd round.
I mean,
They drafted him
they
in
know
the
what they're
round for a
doing in
reason.
that organization.
They know. Yeah, that organization, the Roonies run
Like,
that
we're talking
organization.
shit, but they're still gonna
No.
probably end up like 8-8 or
Oh,
something.
it's, I'm gonna
Probably.
go back. I'm gonna go back.
It's just that they're in a real tough.
So wait, not only do I lose my starting quarterback, his backup, Trevor Siemian, gets fucking hurt.
broke his fucking leg.
Broke his fucking
I
leg
didn't see
out
it.
for the motherfucking year.
I didn't
That's
see
why
it.
we
That's
had
disgusting.
fucking a third stringer.
Yeah, but he did it on some bitch.
But
shit.
you know what?
I
This
don't
third
know.
stringer did good because he went like 15 of 19 or whatever.
Hold on, real
He's
quick.
fucking. He was efficient.
You
All
want
we need him to
you want
manage.
Eli, give me Eli.
No, I don't want fucking Eli.
Dump pass fucking Eli.
So is any of these New York teams gonna take Cap?
no.
No,
No one's
no one's
take
gonna take
But
him.
we just drafted Daniel Jones. He gotta take his lumps, bro.
What about the big
The
story?
Jets need to.
The dude from Jacksonville, the dude with the fucking
Jalen
sick ass
Ramsey?
mustache.
Oh,
Wait.
Minshew.
Wait, what?
You haven't seen the memes of this dude's fucking perfect mustache?
No.
Supposedly
He looked like a porn star.
supposedly a porn star, a production company offered him money to be in a porn.
Because his stash is so legit.
Because his stash is so legit, and he balled out the other day.
He did. He had the highest like QB rating.
He
Oh, wait,
balled
their
out
quarterback.
yesterday. He
Oh,
balled
shit.
out yesterday.
Oh, the guy who replaced Nick Foles. So Nick Foles done for the year too.
What did he do? What did he break?
Yo, everybody's down for the
Oh,
clavicle.
collarbone.
Done for the year. Done. Yo, everybody's falling.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? They're
Yeah,
giving
Eli
all
Manning
these
got
shitty ass replacements or people with no experience a chance, and you got someone who literally is in shape and waiting to play who has.
You know what though? Not to get into that whole topic, but he took that money, so they black.
My thing is, the
there's-
way
yeah,
I look at it is this: look, I got his back. You feel me? For what he did, his actions. You know, in terms of the kneeling or whatever. But at the end of the day, fam, how many employers are really gonna let you back to work after you sued them and exposed them,
Yeah, for sure.
and then they had to pay you off to stay the fuck
Well,
quiet?
I think that's probably part of it too. Like it probably under those like, hey, you're getting paid.
You sue your
can't-
job.
You can't.
Yo, you
get
sue
another
your job for collusion. You take them to court. Do you really think they're gonna hire you back afterwards? No.
Did they ever disclose how much money he made?
No.
There was this report that it wasn't allowed.
There's
rumors.
mixed
There's
reports.
Yeah, we
They're
don't
saying
know.
Some are saying he got
100.
some are saying he got the bag, and others saying he got a Ziploc.
For him to stay quiet, he probably got the bag.
Nah, I heard they slid him.
But my thing is, it's like,
He's in the bag of weed.
They slid him some
stems.
and that's my thing, and that's what
They
a
sold
lot
some
of people.
shit that I sold a lot of people in high school. And
Yeah,
I'm
it's just like,
sorry,
yo,
you don't
fam,
have
it's
to get
like-
shit.
You took the bag. You took the money.
That's what
You let them shut you up
That's why a lot of people like I don't see why people are like, oh, I'm not watching NFL until
because well, guess what?
He
He's
just
never
got-
gonna get a job. He took the fucking bag.
Oh, people are like that. People are like,
People still like, oh, until they give him a job. No one's giving him a
Yeah.
job.
No
He
one's
took
giving
the
him a
money,
fucking job.
man.
especially in the NFL, where it's like that position is such a rotating door.
Exactly. And they get the most questions at the end of the game.
For sure.
You get blamed for everything, and you get all the praise.
And look, and just nobody wants that publicity.
Nope.
Look
No,
what happened to
absolutely
AB.
not.
They pressed Belichick on one press conference.
Mhm.
Yo, what do you think? And he was like, yeah, I'm done talking about this.
Yep.
4 hours later, my man is gone.
Bro,
Because he probably went to the owner and was like, I'm not doing that every week. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yo, AB dude, it's like his life
Listen, as much as
in front of our eyes.
as much as I hate the Patriots organization, and trust me, I hate all Boston teams. You can all suck my dick from the back.
Damn, dude, there goes our Boston listeners.
Oh fuck. That organization is run immaculately.
I'm wearing a Yankee hat with a jersey logo. They didn't give a fuck about who was.
Yo, that organization is run immaculately. I can't complain.
Oh, that
I
shit
can't
looks
say
like a
anything.
fucking machine.
That's it.
So,
It's-
and hold on, I heard
It's
that
about
if,
the team. It's
if they
not
would
about a player.
if they would have
Yeah.
held him till Monday, they
They
would have had to give him like
his salary is
15 million.
completely guaranteed.
Hold on, but I thought he got a bonus of like 7, and the rest was like in incentives.
Nah, he played one game and it was like.
But then he congratulated him. Like he posted stuff like, "Oh, thank you." He posted pictures of his first touchdown and everything. So I want to say they gave him some brag. I wouldn't be.
No,
I mean, he played a game.
He got money.
You got money.
He got money,
He
but
got
their
millions.
cap
Plus, you got a
hit,
game
but
check.
their cap hits not. They're not on the
They
hook
didn't take anything.
for the entire thing, because he played one fucking game.
I just want to know what happened. That nigga got CTE because he's imploded in front of us. I thought it was all
You know what it is?
orchestrated. I think
It's
it's
probably-
imploded in front of
It's
us.
probably a lot, like personally. he probably
Remember,
got a
he
lot
has
of things
those-
going on.
dude,
He got kids.
He had one rape allegation, and now like 3 more have come out.
Oh, should be coming out of the woodwork.
That's why they got
And-
rid of
and-
him.
and- imagine
are they
ugly-
legit though?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. But here's the thing.
You
we
gotta
also,
take every accusation like it is.
unfortunately, that's the
And now
kind
you
of
have
thing.
multiple. So it's one thing when one person says it, it's different when 3 people say it.
So my thing is this:
If 3 people came in here and was like,
Nigga, I don't make as much either, but I've never
Yeah.
gotten accused of it. So
exactly.
yeah, you're right. You gotta take it for what it
And
is.
how much of it is it
so what I say
targeting?
is this,
You know, like
yeah, and like what I say
somebody's
is
like,
this, yo,
kick them on these.
we're
down.
gonna yes, we believe.
But it's hard on that man.
We-
'cause, like,
we
you
believe
gotta go through
accusers.
your family
You
now
feel me?
3 times.
Look, we
That's
believe
so
accusers,
fucking-
but at the end of the day, it's an accusation. I don't feel like just because you're immediately accused, you should lose everything.
For sure.
Because what if, and I'm throwing this out there, what if it's really somebody with a malicious intent that's just out with a false allegation. So you ruined
It's a
that
money
person's
grab.
life.
It's a money grab.
Wait, but you ruined that person's
And there's
life. They
probably
lost their
somebody who
career.
who
They
he was
lost their
already
earnings
paying.
because you were scorned.
Word.
And it wasn't true. That's the only problem I have. It's a very slippery slope where it's just like, yes, we're going to believe accusers, but at the end of the day, the person accused shouldn't lose everything immediately.
But do you think that this would have happened
So who was
if he wasn't doing all this other shit? Some chick
One
that
was a
training.
personal trainer, the other one was like back
But
in
no,
college.
but
I
real
don't
quick,
fucking know.
do you think that if it wasn't for his name being out there so much and them
He's an
saying
easy
how much
target
money?
now, bro.
He's
So
an easy target.
I feel
Everybody
like
else
that's
pick
why.
on him.
If he would have just stayed in Oakland with booty as their car.
Here's the thing: he didn't want to play in Oakland.
He
fought-
never wanted
Listen,
to
he
be
never. He had no intention.
Did you hear? I forgot what it was.
He had no
They
intention.
said that he
of
went
Oakland.
shit. Yo, they say he went to training camp. He's like, yeah, I can't wait to play for Oakland.
No.
Then he went to practice. He's like, oh, this team booty. I gotta get off this.
Nah, back if he
No,
was like,
I
he,
think-
he went to Derek
Oh,
Carr's
that's
house.
did I send you the video?
Yeah, and he was like, he threw some balls around and he was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Not just that, that shit's probably legit. Like,
Yo,
you know
but
what
he
it,
called it.
yo, what if it was like a
good.
side piece that he was messing with in Pittsburgh, and then he went to Oakland, and she was like, so when you gonna fly me out? And he's like, soon. And then you realize like, yo, I ain't gonna stay here too long. And then she heard, oh, I'm about to get $30 million.
And she's like, oh, I
And
gotta
she
get
was
a
like,
piece of that.
I gotta get a piece of that before anything.
I-
And then he was like, I gotta get out of here before she gets here. And then she probably showed up, and she probably showed up in
so
Oakland.
he's running from his side.
So he
chick,
was
right?
like, yo,
Side chick.
I burnt my foot. I can't fuck with you.
My feet hurt.
Oh no, I just got fired from this team. I can't fuck with you.
Yo,
Right?
so you're
So now he went all the way back across the country.
Yeah.
And then
So
a
she
second
calls him?
allegation. Boom.
Now, do we
So
think
Because she
She's a
called
Greyhound.
up, because she
She's a
called up a
Greyhound.
homegirl. Was like, yo, remember that time in college? Say you X Y Z.
Yeah.
yo,
You never know, son.
is anyone gonna sign him?
I don't think.
I think this year goes
Is
by
any-
without nobody signing.
Is
It's too hot
anyone,
right
is
now.
anyone desperate enough
They're-
to sign him?
they're gonna shit. The Giants need a fucking receiver. Everybody's on the freaking injury report. Everybody's concussed, hamstring.
I tell you this much, I take.
Nah, we just got rid of the.
No.
Yo, hold on, real quick. Can we talk about how my heart broke this Monday?
Scoring that touchdown?
Bro, he looked that one hand.
Ray sounds like an ex-girlfriend when he talks
Yeah,
about.
man, I'm still hurt.
Like, yo, he sounds like Odell Beckham
He like, damn.
smashed and never called him back.
He still look good as hell.
He's still.
Yo,
He was like, damn, that visor's sexy.
He said, damn, them hands is big.
That one hand catch is
This
pretty.
motherfucker, yo, I'm on the phone
texted,
with.
I was like,
He's
oh,
like, I miss him.
I
But the
miss
way
him.
he said it though,
I'm
the way he
sure.
wrote it,
But
he's
you
like,
know
I
what? For
miss
nothing,
him.
he didn't ball out the way I thought he was gonna
Because
ball
Eli
out.
didn't
Who?
ball,
No,
bro.
on he only had like 5 catches.
Who?
ODB.
Odell had 143 receiving
He
yards.
had one catch for like
89
80
yards.
That's what I'm saying. That's only one catch.
That's balling out, my guy.
That's
I'm
not
sorry.
balling
Yes,
out.
it
Dude,
is.
you got over 100 yards?
But one catch was 80 plus.
It doesn't matter. The rest of it
Dude, you
doesn't
know how that
matter.
changes,
That's-
that
that's-
changes
that's
the game,
skewed.
bro.
That changed, bro. That changed that game.
That-
That
I'm
changed that
saying,
game.
yo,
Like if you're like, yo, I
defense-
caught for 100 yards, but one
But
play was 89 yards.
Fans.
that one play could debilitate you, dude. Think about it.
That's what it
One
did to
play.
us. Yo, it was
They're
the
like-
first play of
as
the.
soon
It was the third quarter.
You-
The first play of the third
It's
quarter.
close, and all of a sudden he pops for 90. You're like, fuck.
It's fuck. That's
Dude,
it.
but
It
there's games
demoralized
where
the
dudes
entire
score,
team.
Like 4 touchdowns.
Nah, no one's gonna do that.
No,
People do that all the time.
No, maybe a running
Hasn't been
back.
done in
Not
a while.
receiver.
Nah,
A
people
receiver
do that all
receiving
the time.
that
In
many
this
receiving
days
touchdowns
NFL?
hasn't been done. 3, yes. 4, no.
Possible. It's possible now.
It's possible, but
Dude,
That hasn't
the
been
other
done.
day the guy from the Chiefs put up 3 touchdowns.
Sammy Walker did ball out.
like I said,
But nobody was game planning for him.
but like I said,
But that's
3,
what I mean
yes.
by
4,
balling
no.
out. You go against your team, that's the type of performance that I want to see. And he was catching wild ass passes.
Dude, that one-handed catch, dude.
That shit was nice.
The corner was.
All right, we gotta move
There
on.
was nothing you could do.
We gonna talk about Megatron smoking weed?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Calvin Johnson says to avoid becoming hooked on opiates because of all the concussions. He claims to have sustained close to 8 to 10 concussions in his NFL career.
Dude, that's a lot.
And that's the ones that you remember.
And that's the one that he
That's
remembers
a
exactly.
lot.
So he said
How many go unnoticed?
Now here's the thing.
You know,
He said he smoked weed to avoid getting hooked on opiates, which I applaud him.
And I see why he retired so
And
early.
I see why he retired so early.
and he was amazing on Dancing with the Stars.
Was he really?
Amazing.
Better than AD.
He almost won that whole fucking thing.
No one will top the legend that is Emmitt Smith on
Nah,
Dancing with
YouTube
the Stars.
this shit. Plus, he had a fly chick with him.
Yo.
Emmett
Emmett
Smith?
Just
Smith.
look it up real quick. You got YouTube?
I can't watch.
You can't simultaneously.
Emmett Smith on Dancing with the Stars.
He won. Emmett Smith won the
Jerry
whole thing.
Rice.
Yeah.
They got a lot of football players.
Hold on, Emmett Smith. Hold on, so
gonna
Calvin
look it
Johnson. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
All right.
So Calvin Johnson.
Dancing with the Stars.
I'll look it up for you. I'll put the. You guys keep talking. I'll look at this up there.
So he had how many concussions?
He said 8.
His blouse is open.
Watch how he twirls our ass around in this shit.
The range.
The range.
I see why he retired. He got a future in dancing.
Yep.
And this was like 3 years ago. This was like just when he retired.
Probably bored.
You know they get the bag for that. They get paid to be on that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you get paid per episode, so
Yeah,
that's
it's
like
a per
drives
episode
in the
thing.
stadiums and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. You think Odell's gonna get on that shit?
I'm surprised he
I
hasn't
think
been
any
on it.
NFL guy will do good on this
I'm
because
surprised he hasn't been on it.
footwork and
Yeah.
Through the hips.
You know they ask NFL players to like take ballet because it helps with the footwork.
being on the toes.
Being on your toes and
That
also
was-
just the flexibility and the range.
That's true. That makes sense.
And what song is it? California.
Yeah, the Eagles.
The Eagles,
This
right?
is amazing. But yeah,
That's
I
how
just
I
saw
learned
his partner.
that-
She's gorgeous.
That's how I learned how to play Guitar Hero.
Same. That was us. Yo,
It
back
was
in the
real
day.
quick.
So I used to live at his house.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
lived in yeah. Yo, that was our thing. I was
Guitar
on the
Hero?
drums. He was guitar.
You know what was the myth about Guitar Hero? Like they said that like if you learned it good enough, you could play guitar. That shit was not true.
That means I
That's
can
how
play
they.
drums.
That's how they sold. That's how. Yeah, the drum one too. That's how they sold people on it.
Because I
They're like,
really
if
swore.
you play it on an expert
Bro.
level, you're so like in tune that you can play it, and then
No.
you realize it's nothing like that at all.
All jokes aside, though, like I really thought I was playing the drums. Though, like I was like,
And then you hit mute and you sound like a total fucking dick.
right. And then you press mute, and you just sound like you're chopping meat, just clock, 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 clock.
Yo, I had a tiger on the drums. Woo! Fuck with me.
Guitar Hero was good though, man. It was fun.
Guitar Hero was
Doing
fucking
the drum
fun.
was not fun
But-
at all.
To be honest, my question is, football players get randomly drug tested. How did he pass these tests? He must have had a flush.
From my understanding, they get a
They get a suspension if
They'll get like a week or two. Before
no.
training
Sometimes
camp.
sometimes no, but they get tested
If you're-
throughout the
But
season.
if you're
But that's random.
if it's random, but if they target the people who've been caught before,
I'm pretty sure
like Josh Gordon.
that
Is it Josh Gordon?
those teams don't want that shit coming out, so they're gonna do what they do to get.
They give.
I don't
them
think anyone knew.
They give.
I think the reason that's why he divulged it. I think because I don't think the Detroit
I
Lions
think
knew.
90% of the
Let's-
NFL is smoking weed.
Let's do numbers. 50. There's 50 guys on the team.
Yes.
53 you got.
Yeah.
How many of you think smoke weed?
51. The punter is not smoking weed.
It's 3 of us here right now. How many of us might smoke weed? Probably
I mean, if it's 3 of us,
65%, more or less, right? I'm not gonna say in a minute.
I smoke weed.
So think about it. They know. They give them
I would say
the
so.
league
There's
tells
a,
them, hey,
there's a lot of assets.
we're going here.
Especially when you're doing it. It's not like some random companies coming in.
No,
It's
no,
the
no.
NFL doing it. So I'm
Like
pretty
Josh
sure.
Gordon, he was targeted.
No, I heard it's
Like,
an independent lab that tests them and then they report. back.
Independent lab. They
Independent.
probably put a fucking sticky on your locker.
Well, I did a
But
paper
when
on
you see
this,
the
that's
yellow
why.
sticky, you're like, shit, I gotta test tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did a paper on this. That's why.
Oh.
I know. Yeah.
it's independent, but to what extent? You see what I'm saying? Like,
For sure, dude.
I
The
mean, personally,
Olympics.
they need to stop testing that drug. Period.
Word. Well, that's not here nor there.
It's
Unfortunately,
scientific-
Roger Goodell's not going to do that
Not yet.
because you know.
But just hearing that song right there just put me in good mood. Good music will do
It
it
is,
to you.
it
Right?
is,
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
talking about good
It'll do that
music.
to you.
Good music. You see that segue?
Segway King.
Segway King over here.
Are y'all gonna listen to the Kanye
Ladies
shit?
and gentlemen,
The who?
The Kanye
is
shit?
back. Jesus is King is the name
Dude,
of
after
the new
that,
album.
after that last
dropping
album, man.
September 27th, 2000.
I want to listen to it, but I don't want him to get paid for me listening to it.
Good luck with that one.
Good fucking luck with that, bro.
I want to find. You know how like other
What
people
you need to
rip it
realize is that Jesus is
and
King.
and
according
put
to
it
the
on
Bible.
like YouTube,
That's
like
not
under
happening.
another moniker.
I don't think I'm gonna listen to it. I
That's
didn't like
not
the last
happening.
album. I didn't like the last album.
I didn't like the
I
last.
didn't like the last
4
album,
albums.
and I didn't like the one with the kicker. Damn.
Yeah.
I was okay with Ye.
Pablo was decent.
I know
Pablo was alright.
I didn't like.
I love the life of Pablo. I love Jesus. I love
didn't like
808s and Heartbreaks.
I
My
hated
Beautiful
that
Dark
shit.
Twisted Fantasy.
I hated that shit.
Graduation.
Graduation shit. Anything
Wait,
from there.
hold on. You hated My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
Yeah.
Do you understand that's a perfect album? Flawless.
That's just
No
it.
skippables
No.
at all. It's called,
Your phone?
listen, it's called Magnum Opus for a reason. Magnum Opus means greatest creation. That's his greatest creation. Sorry.
Name some songs on there for me.
What, on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
Yeah.
Devil in a Dress, Power, Monster.
Power maybe. What else?
Monster.
Okay.
I'm not a big Kanye fan, so.
But that was like
After
Monster.
late registration, I was over.
Monster was
Yo,
like
you guys.
he had like 3 people featured on that shit. That was Nicki Minaj's killer verse. I don't give him credit for that shit.
Dude, musically, that album is amazing.
What's the last one with the 808s? What's that album?
It's 808s and Heartbreak.
That was the last time.
That's where I got turned
That's
off.
That's a very underrated.
That
album.
was after that one. I kind of just like
Yeah.
fell off of Kanye.
For sure.
And
Runaway? Come on.
Runaway was fire.
Runaway
remember
was
that.
fire. You don't want Pusha T?
I don't remember. I would maybe if I hear it.
I
Oh, you're not good with like titles.
Yeah.
I got you. Keep
My
going.
dyslexia would be kicking in for that.
Dude, we about to.
You know what I am excited
About
about?
to get this work right
What are
now.
you excited
That
about?
motherfucking Boondocks coming back.
Yo, the Boondocks
I never
coming
watched
back.
it.
What, the original Boondocks?
Never.
You know they remind me of twins.
Oh shit. Ooh. That should go right now.
He said, oh yeah. He said, I'm sorry.
This
It made
album is amazing.
It made the radio. It made the radio.
Not for nothing, yeah, I listened to it.
Who did that for them?
I don't know, call it.
I think Ralph had it. You got me going crazy looking for the topics?
You know, Dark Fantasy, Gorgeous. The intro to Power, just right there, that hand clap, and there's this feeling of grandiosity to it. It's like bigger than everything. It's beyond music.
How you spell that?
Yo, that album's beyond hip hop.
Maybe.
It's above hip hop.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's his greatest work.
Which one?
My Beautiful Dark Twisted
No,
Fantasy.
no.
It is. It is his greatest work.
Registration.
To me.
Or graduation.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I guess that's all subjective, but it's a perfect album. There's literally not a single song that I would skip.
I'd have to hear it again. I didn't like it. Like
It's
that.
in my listen.
There was a reason those songs were
Not
big
count-
because those songs were hits. That's
Listen,
why I'm like, oh yeah.
Not counting. Listen,
You
not
know what I'm saying?
counting all genres. That's in my top 3 albums of all time, and I have Thriller in my top 3. So for me to have that album,
I've never done the
Thriller?
top 3. I don't have a listing for top 3.
but I'm talking about like all genres. Period. That
In
album,
general.
yes, like it's his greatest work. It's his greatest work. Absolutely.
So you're a Kanye fan.
Oh, absolutely. Kanye's my Gemini twin. He's June 8th, I'm June 6th.
I can care less.
Hello.
Man, you obviously could tell the way me and Paul
Listen,
are right there. Like, yeah, I can
Every
care
day is Gemini season. Every day is easy season. That's how we roll. Sorry.
I'll wait for you to listen to it and then tell me like your honest
Oh,
opinion
Jesus
on it.
game?
That's not gonna be an
I'm with
honest
it.
opinion. It's gonna be biased. He liked Pablo. That shit was decent.
And Pablo's great.
His last album.
Oh, so then I won't wait for you.
What, yeah?
I'll wait for somebody else to listen and tell me what it is.
Beat wise, I liked it.
I definitely won't. Let's put it
Content-wise,
this way.
I
won't
wasn't
listen
a
to it.
fan.
I won't listen to it first week.
I'm not listening to it.
So listen. For Ye, content wise, I wasn't impressed. Like what he was saying. But
The lyrics.
Beat wise.
musically, yes. Musically, standard Kanye. Greatness from Kanye. Remember, Kanye's a producer first over a rapper.
That album was weird as fuck.
It was weird. It was weird.
Even the one with him and Kid Cudi was trash.
No, Kid See Ghost was not trash. Ye was trash compared to Kid See Ghost.
There was
Kid
one
See Ghost
song.
was not
There
good.
was one song I liked.
Ye was not good. Kid See Ghost was great. Him and Cudi have the
The
chemistry.
Nas-
that is a fan right
The
there.
Nas album. The Nas album
He
was
is-
not good.
He is riding.
The Nas album was not
I didn't
good.
like it.
Daytona was amazing though.
They done it was
Push T
I like it.
is.
But that's because I felt that was Push's album.
But Kanye produced that entire album.
Yeah, but
he
then-
made every beat.
Yeah, but
But I feel like
I
he
don't
put
feel
more
his
work into
influence on that. I feel
No,
it's
not
Push.
Wildin'.
Yeah,
I don't think.
How so? If he's a producer.
But I feel like Push has way more.
You can produce for somebody else.
Yeah, but Push don't make beats. Push his raps.
Okay, but to what he wants.
Yeah,
No, of
I
course.
feel like he had a lot of say on what how the beat went.
He probably was like, don't put that funny garbage shit that
Yeah.
you be chopping up in there. Give me this hard ass beat and I will spit.
Okay, so then there is a Kanye influence on that album because if he's telling you, give me these specific beats.
There is and there isn't. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. I know exactly what you mean when you say that.
Because I feel like Push like,
he's making it.
Don't give me none of that funny stuff.
But don't give me your shit.
But he knows that because he knows Push's lane. He knows Pusha isn't going to do.
You don't know Nas's name. I'll tell you that right now.
That was a mistake.
Jesus Christ, I could not listen to that album to save my life.
I
gave
listened,
it 3.
I listened to it once and then I just couldn't listen to it.
I gave it 3 because I'm a big Nas fan. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, no.
How do you make Nas sound bad?
I couldn't.
What's up with this Jamel Hill thing?
Did you read the article?
Did you read the article?
I tried to, but you know what? I take myself out of that because I'm not a black athlete, or did I go to college? So I'm like, why would I even talk about that?
But I do have an opinion.
So what?
So okay,
just break down what the article was about.
So pretty much what she was saying was, imagine
She made an amazing
she made great
point.
points.
She made a lot of
great points.
I think we should just give it like a short clip of what it is that she was talking about.
Yeah. So what she's saying was pretty much
they can take control.
Black college athletes,
For sure.
because there's always been this thing: college athletes should be paid. Mm-hmm. They generate billions of dollars for the NCAA, which is absolutely true. Through college football and the NCAA basketball tournament.
For sure.
Those are the two money makers.
So they've made these prestigious schools
all this money. But here's the thing. Historically, black colleges and universities are Division I schools. However, they're not seeing the same money that Alabama sees. They're not seeing the same money that Clemson sees. They're not seeing the same money that Notre Dame, the USC, Oregon, Oklahoma, Stanford, Texas. They're not seeing this money.
Because these programs have been developed into these powerhouses.
And not only that, it's also the conferences.
For sure.
So
her statement is saying...
Imagine if these athletes, these elite kids...
Which they have the option.
Went to... Of course they have the option, but they realized...
But we're programmed.
This is very true.
Not only are we programmed, they're also seeing into the future. They realize
my best way to get to the NFL
and to get exposure and to
is,
get a high draft pick.
Why do you blame the kid at that age?
You're not blaming the child. That's the thing. You're not blaming the kid. They're not blaming the kid because they're doing what's best for them. Mm-hmm. And that's not what her article is stating. Her article is stating is we're not blaming the kids, but it's more of what if all these kids, all of it,
consciously made this
decision.
I don't think that's a decision that you can get to an 18-year-old.
Imagine all these kids are just going to Howard, to Grambling,
you know why? Because they're growing
to
up
Prairie A&M, to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, all those
the top athletes are being scouted since they're like freshmen in high school.
No,
it's gonna take a school like a Howard University where you get a top 25, top 50 class to go to that one school. And then they realize, like, oh shoot, I don't have to go to Alabama. I don't have to go to Clemson.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's what she's saying.
But it has to be more than one. It can't just be
one.
No,
if you tell me right now that Howard,
it has to be a slew of athletes.
No, of course. If you get Howard University 2 years of them getting solid top 50 players.
But you know what makes a good football college team, and a good NFL pro team, an O-line.
That's any team.
That's what I'm saying.
That's any team.
So how many O-linemen are you gonna get to go to these?
So you're stepping on a ledge in the sense of how many linemen are black or white?
Correct.
There's more white.
That's what I'm getting to. That's exactly what I'm getting to. Defensively, probably 90% black.
Do you scout?
Offensively,
do you scout?
Where
do you scout the white player to go to Howard? To Howard?
And how many of them will go?
If they start, why not?
So
they might not get the
okay, so the context.
Why would you go?
So the reason their context.
Hold on, wait. Why would you not go?
Because they've grown up in a certain way. You're talking about kids that are from middle America, ranching places,
so you don't think
Texas.
That they would
that racism is instilled since...
It's taught.
That's
but...
And not even taught, like you're just born into that.
But there's white students at historically black colleges and universities.
See, we're not
talking about that. We're talking
about the
football. So if you want to make Howard, we're just saying Howard University a powerhouse in football. Guess what? You're gonna need an O-line.
Okay.
How many white kids from Middle
So
America
okay, so
are gonna make
what
the
they're
conscious
saying
choice
is
to
okay.
go in
No, I
hour
understand.
and
But
play in a division that God knows who, being watched by God knows who?
But this is what they're saying. So look.
So that shit, you can have all the talent in the world on the outside.
But that's the thing. They're referring is to the skill position players and the quarterback. So what she's pretty much saying is like if you see
But
these,
why would I
because
go
they're
there?
the ones that are the elite athletes. You're not considering a fucking lineman an elite athlete.
Okay, that's back to
Hold
my
on,
point.
Go
My
back to that,
point
'cause I
is
see where he's
this.
going.
Why would the elite athlete go to a team that is garbage?
That's not built.
Okay, so
Because
we're not,
you get what I'm saying?
I understand.
There's a
not
reason
gonna
you
get
go,
the ball.
there's
But
a reason
that's
you
that's
go
not
to
what they're.
Alabama.
Okay, so what they're saying is, it's not talking about one or two players.
No, no,
We're
no,
talking. No. You guys are not understanding
No,
the
I'm
point.
not talking about that. I'm trying to segue into something bigger.
No. Okay,
But
and I'm.
maybe that's another reason. They're not gonna get shined there because they're not gonna get the ball because the quarterback don't have time. So maybe that's the decision that he's making.
But
Maybe
so,
I'm going there
if
because
she's using, but she's using the "if you build it, they will come" analogy.
But that's another thing. That's another
If
thing.
you can't build it
But if
without
you
the
see-
trenches,
I disagree
you can
because
have all the talent in the
I
world
disagree
outside.
because you do have an
I think
influx
that's-
of
You see
African
it
American
every
linemen.
day in
I think no, you do,
No.
but
Yes,
not
you
as
do.
many.
Yes,
Not
you
as
do.
many. Not as
Okay, but yes, you
Okay.
do. You see a lot of these schools that they do have them.
many. Okay, no, they do. But
So
think
what
of it
I'm
this way.
saying is this. If they see, oh shit, this guy who's a wide receiver, he's going to this school. This quarterback's going there. This running back. Shit, fuck it. I'm going to go there too.
All right.
Okay,
So
Ralph,
I understand
but
what
why
you're saying.
would you go there if
you
the
know they're
team
buzzed?
is no good?
Once again, you're completely missing my point.
No, we understand.
No,
but
you're not
listening.
understanding it
Yes,
because
you
he's
are.
completely not understanding what I'm saying.
You're
We're
you're
talking
saying
about
that they're
is
going,
if they seeing the skill position players go there first.
Of course.
Like she's saying, let's say they all start going there, and then you see these players who play the line.
Yes.
But he's telling you
I'm
painting a
telling you
picture of
why
they
the
would.
skill.
No, but that's not the point.
That is
That is the
That is
point.
the point.
No, it's not. The point is referring to what if,
Okay, so in the article,
not why
No,
not
no,
or
no.
why they will. We're
Okay,
talking about
but
what
we're-
if.
we're
We're
telling
talking
you the
about the
reason
shift
why
in
not
the
though.
pack. That's not the point of the
I'm
article.
too stubborn for this.
No, see, yeah,
That's not the point of the
I
article.
don't care about the article.
Why not? Because that is a topic that we put in. That's something we're
Alright,
discussing.
I could give you my opinion on
So
why
then
they're
why-
not going.
But what is the point of dismissing the article then?
I'm not dismissing the
You
article.
are this. You literally just said I don't care
You're
about the
not
article.
listening.
You're
not
emotional
listening.
to this.
You're not listening.
You're too emotional
You're not listening.
with your
You're
social
just trying
stuff.
to prove a point.
You're trying to prove a point, and you're
social
not
justice.
getting what we're trying
We're
to tell
telling
you.
you is
Because that is the whole point of the article. You're dismissing the article because you just said I don't care about the article.
You're not
Yeah,
listening.
because fundamentally, there's
a
one
reason why
red
they're not
flag
going.
that's going boom,
No.
boom, boom, boom.
There's a reason why they're not going.
She's saying, I get what you're saying.
and she
Ralph.
makes that point.
If
in
all
the
these
article.
talented players go to these universities, there's no choice to have the rest follow suit. I get what you're saying in that. But you know why? From the jump, they're not going to go there because you don't have nothing built up. And you can't build from the outside in. You
I
have
don't think
to-
so. I think it can happen.
That's why the Jets suck, dog. 100%. That's why they've always sucked.
Think of it this way: in that article,
If you can't fix
the
that,
guy said, I felt
100%.
comfortable."
Why do you think you just lost 2 quarterbacks?
Because the offensive line.
Because the offensive line.
So real quick, in that
Wait, you're
article,
blaming an offensive line on Mono. It's Mono.
That offensive lineman took him to that strip club. And
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I tie it all back, baby. I tie it all back.
I fucking hate you.
But no, on the
the real does make sense though.
it's hard.
Okay,
It's hard to pitch.
Okay.
So as an athlete,
It's hard
as
to
an
pitch.
But
athlete,
y'all are taking a completely different perspective. I'm talking about we're here to discuss the article.
I get you.
I get the article.
You're not because you're saying I don't care.
No, I'm not
No,
saying that.
no
Don't
one says
care.
that.
You
I'm just
dismissed it.
saying.
You said I don't care about
I
the
said
article.
I'm just saying that the article is stating the truth. Is it?
It is stating
if
the
I
truth.
see-
Hey, you guys
if
have the
the
power,
best
and you're
quarterback-
choosing to put it in these white places.
Instead
We
of
all
doing it
agree
the
on
right
that
way.
point.
That it makes sense. The article makes sense. She makes a great point. But why are the kids still not choosing these all-black schools? Why? Because they're not built within. They're built. Think of it this way. I'm an athlete. I love this college. I love the
What it
team.
stands for.
Anything. And then you see them practicing. And you're like, damn, this quarterback keep getting hit over.
And not just that,
over.
you ask, hey, when's the last pro that came out of this school? And they go, we never had a pro come out of this school. Oh, when's the last time a scout came here? Oh, they don't come here.
Very rarely. And if they do. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason why they don't go to those schools.
But that's not the point of the article.
Okay, that's fine.
What's the point of the article?
You tell me what the point of the article.
The point of the article is stating with this whole thing about how college players are not getting paid. You understand? Because they're making all these big ass schools all this money.
Mm-hmm.
So then why not do what you're doing for these schools for these other schools? So it's like I said, it's the
But what are they doing for those other schools?
making them billions of fucking dollars.
But that goes back to why are these kids not choosing those schools?
It's the exposure.
No.
It is the exposure.
Me personally,
It's the past.
What sounds better? What sounds better? A draft pick from Grambling or a draft pick from Alabama?
But that's not
That's
the
exactly
exposure.
what it is.
That's the path. If you went to a job,
It's the. What's gonna get you drafted in the NFL?
No. If you
What's
listen
what's
to me,
gonna
dog.
get you drafted in the NFL?
Just listen to what I'm trying to tell you. If you went to 2 job interviews, right, and you have a career goal in mind, you want to be a millionaire, right? You go to your first job interview and they lay out for you. Listen, in 2 years you'll be at this position. If you do good here, we could get you to XYZ. You'll be vice president of this. You'll be running this division in 5 years. These are what we want from you. You go to another place and they're like, yeah, we have all the tools, all the technology in the world, but we don't know when you're gonna move. We have all these departments, and if you fit, you fit. Which job are you gonna take?
That's not the same analogy.
It's the same analogy.
No, it's
football
not.
is the same
For
way.
college football,
You
no.
go to this school who has a reputation of getting this many players into the NFL, who has this much tradition in winning. That 18-year-old kid who's got millions of people either following or depending on his money is gonna go.
Think of it this way.
I'm gonna go to that school.
But what you guys are missing is the fact that who's making the money? Not the schools. These athletes.
Oh,
So if they go to these schools, the bigger schools are not going to make this money. The athletes
That's
will.
why we're saying the point is super valid.
So at the end of the day, if all these athletes go these
where
schools,
this fucks up?
if all these
In
athletes
football.
go to these schools, right,
Mm-hmm.
and it changes, and all of a sudden you don't see these other schools getting anything, where are the teams going to start drafting from? They're going to start drafting from the schools.
We know.
We're talking about the betterment of the institutions because they're not getting the same endowments that the other schools are getting.
We know the problem.
That's what we're saying.
We know the
I'm
problem.
not talking about it from the actual on the field standpoint. I'm talking about the money. I'm talking about getting these players to these schools.
We know the problem. So what's the solution? What do you think is the solution? Because we know the problem. What do you think is the solution?
Start getting these players to go to these schools.
Okay.
And how do you do that? Because we know the problem.
Of course, it has to start somewhere, and it has to start with that one player or that one somebody willing. Look, there's this guy. He ended up going to Oregon, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they made like super headlines because he actually went to a school. He was the highest ranked or highest rated college football player at whatever at that time, which is like what 2-3 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the thing. It's like oh shit, he actually considered us. Like, at the end of the day, he chose Oregon. The only reason why he chose Oregon was because of the exposure.
No, they had a better team.
It was because he said it because of the exposure. He said that going to Oregon is going to get me drafted over
exactly
going to the other school.
But it's the
but
same
if
thing, though.
all of them,
what
I'm saying is if
they
they
coincide
all,
with each other.
what
the
I'm
same
saying,
thing
okay.
you're saying and the same thing he's saying, they
But what I'm saying is if all decide, fuck these schools, we're out.
That's how it should be. Me personally,
That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing too.
And that's the point of the
But
article. You're bringing up different points that have nothing to do with the article.
But I feel like it is though. Because the reason why he went there is because Oregon is a better team and there's more exposure. I'm going to get more exposure because they're a better team. They're going to be winning.
But how do you dismantle a better team? Not by not going there. That's what I'm saying. where we're talking about a situation.
What drags you to not go there? Is what I'm telling you. Yeah.
You're not gonna get exposure because the team is bad.
The team is bad.
It goes both ways.
But what I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Ralph. You can have
No.
all the high talent in the world on the outside. If you can't get those linemen in there, you're done. That's why with football that won't work. With college, that'll work because you could get 1 or 2 players in college basketball.
That's what you can still in college football. It'll
No.
work too.
You, in any football sport, whether it's flag football or pro, you have
because
one person doesn't make a difference.
The top 25
It's a
players are always
team.
skilled.
But we're not talking about one person. We're talking about an entire group.
But the fundamental of that team is the O-line, dog. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Who has the best O-line always wins. Because you dictate the pace of the game. That's what football is. That's why the Pats have been able to win so many championships. Why? Because Tom Brady has all the time in the world. You know why New York is trash? Because that guy doesn't have 2 seconds to breathe.
That's why both their quarterbacks are bad play.
That's what it comes down to, man. In basketball, it's completely different. In basketball, one player can change your team. 2 players.
Football?
So if you have all the high-level talent in basketball come down to these schools, you can change those programs around. Yeah.
That'd be good to have, though.
That'd be super good to have.
Yeah. You ready to close this out?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. We ready to close this out, yo.
Before we send everybody, peace out, any shout-outs? Yeah, I want to give anybody shout-outs. We mentioned a lot of people.
Yeah, honestly, so there's a few people I want to shout out. The people that are not here today. Steve, Elise, Gabby, they're not here today. But I want to shout them out. Hopefully Steve will be back next week.
Mm-hmm.
Elise, when she's ready to come back, she'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
And Gabby, whenever he decides to answer your motherfucking phone.
Gabby's a wild card, so
I want to shout out.
Week and not the next.
So this is today, just so you guys know, today was actually the first time we video recorded our episode. I want to give a shout out to Alex for allowing us to borrow her equipment to record. We greatly appreciate it. You are the best. We got love for you. Thank you. We love you. And honestly, we want to thank everybody, just everybody, our family, our friends, everybody who showed support. Why? Because they showed support through the transition from the old logo to the new logo. They showed support with the earlier episodes that were shitty quality to our 3 to 4 week break, and also now showing support to our new episodes that we'll be recording from here on out.
Anybody want to shout out, right?
No, I think that's everybody. I mean, we got Steve, you got Agavi, Elise. Who else was missing? Jerry, he came through one episode. Frank also. We want to get Frank involved more with the No IDs original.
Yeah,
and we got a lot of plans. There's a lot of people who support us on their platforms. Shout out to the No ID podcast. They
the No Timeouts podcast. Yes, the No Timeouts podcast.
They got a dope ass promo going on. If you want a jersey, follow their link. We'll probably throw it up because
we'll throw it up. We'll throw it up and tag them in it.
They're a sports podcast. They know they're funny as shit. They got videos there too.
Our boy Paul Mall shouted us out. He made he posted a very important quote that he made, and he put it on his IG, and he said, you know, there's enough room for all of us to eat and to pod and be great.
Yeah,
we all got different lanes. We're all in different lanes, and we can collaborate. And so he shouted us out too. He didn't have to, and he did. And we didn't ask him either. We didn't say, "Yo, shout us out." He did it on his own because we've also supported.
So there's
him.
a lot of other people.
Why?
That
Because
we're going to shout out. We're probably going to put some spotlights on some people. We got a lot of things in the work. We're not going to divulge all that now. But thank you, everybody. The last shout out I want to give.
Shout out for my boy Tony. Elite Barbershop, I think it's called. But either way, next week we're gonna link up with him. We're gonna do something special for you guys also. So
I want to shout out Haven Gym. Thank you for keeping me on track, getting in shape. Shout out to Julian's. I don't know if y'all familiar with Linden. They reopened back up. Got this fire ass hat.
Yes.
This shit is a Yankee hat with
they remodeled. It's beautiful
and it
inside.
dope. So if y'all in the Linden area, go to Julian's, support them.
Go to Julian's. Yo, they've been around for 30 plus years.
And if you're a car dealer, I'm gonna bug the shit out y'all tomorrow. Trying to get this fucking car. You better give me a good price on something, assholes.
Thank you guys, man.
Thank you so much.
You guys. Thank you.
Love you guys.
We back. Next week. Motherfucking Bob Villa's Workshop. We out.
All fucking day. Later.